You can't have that cookie, Elmo. Rocco wants to eat it.
I have tried to be your friend, but you will not listen to me. So you invited this monster. Don't make me kill somebody.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's good to see you this afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's morning for some of you guys. It's 12:36 here out on the East Coast. Just wanted to do some painting with you guys today, and I know that Michael Bancroft has been missing some of my solo streams, some of my art streams. So, Michael, this one's for you down in Australia. When you wake up, something to watch as you get about your day. So let's see who we've got in the chat here. We have got the usual suspects. We've got my brother from another mother and my New England brother, Lord Crackhead 33. Jeremy, what's up? Good afternoon, and hope you've had a great morning. Let's see, we got Shadowhawk Backs here. Hail to you, my friend, and hail to Lord Crackhead. Let's make sure we get these on the stream, for heaven's sake, guys. We have got B Rose, Black Rose Comics. It is good to see you, B Rose. I hope you're doing well in your neck of the woods. And we've got NTM Comics. We've got the kid who's getting it done. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope your campaign is going really well. We've got Aldous, my friend, the man who gave me the greatest pitch for this comic that ever could be, and a tireless advocate for Nosfero the Cryptwalker. Aldous, I appreciate you, my friend. It is good to see you. Yes, it is weird to see me in the morning. And yeah, great to see everybody here. Tommy, how are you doing? Good evening to you, my friend. It's weird. I feel like we've switched places right now. Usually on your part of the world, it's morning and it's evening for me, and we're switching it up tonight, so that's good. Admiral Wackass, it is great to see you, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you enjoyed the Double Impact stream. All of you guys who were there last night had a fun time with my good buddy Gabe El Taib. If you haven't checked out his channel, go check him out. He's amazing. Prater7, good to see you. What's up? Long time no see, my friend. I know it's because I'm streaming at ungodly hours, and I have seen you in other chats, so it's good to see you here. And let's see what else we've got. Good morning, Stephen Rockwood, one of my tireless artist friends supporting me. I appreciate it. And let's see, is that everybody? I think that is everybody so far. Good to see all of you guys. So, yeah, so right now we're working on this page right here. It's pronounced Aldous or Aldo. There you go. I don't know, man. You never know. I think it's Aldous, like Aldous Huxley, but I could be wrong. Or it's Aldaus. I don't know. You never know. So we'll let the man himself get that all corrected. And yeah, right now I'm working on getting this character into the mode he needs to be in. And I think I spoke to you guys a little bit about this character who's taking on the role of mentor for Nosfero in this story, something that kind of that happened, you know, as the story evolved. And you can see I've got, if you look to the north there of my artwork, you can see I've got my Frazetta art book open for a little bit of inspiration there. It's funny, when I look at Frazetta's stuff, typically it has nothing to do with whatever I'm painting, except for it fits my mood. And so I've got a Conan piece in front of me while I paint a werewolf. And that just is like, it goes great with the dish, so to speak. And I wanted to give some gray hairs here for this character. It's not only is it a nod to Rick Baker's werewolf work, but it's also a nod to the fact that this character is older, and this character is you know, taking on that fatherly role to kind of instruct Nosfero in survival. And in the process, they form this really great bond, which makes, you know, gives drama to the final act of the story. You know, it's so important to build those relationships between characters. And I love kind of, you know, doing this more. Yeah, same as Huxley. There you go, Aldous. Very cool. It doesn't mean that I'm pronouncing Aldous Huxley correctly, but you never know. And one of the things for me is I haven't done one of these morning streams in a while, and I do like the morning kind of calm, relaxing stream. I think sometimes it's a nice thing to listen to, even in the evening when people catch it later. So I thought I better get on it and do some of these. Guys, Nosfero is doing great. Good to see you, and good morning, Mrs. Good Stuff. It is great to see you. And let's see, Nicotronis is here. Good morning. Yeah, absolutely. I hope you guys are having a good one. So let me get you guys up on screen here. You guys have earned it. All you great people here coming in this morning. And it is good afternoon to you as well. And I hope it's everybody is looking forward to the day, and the day has gone well so far. And we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy some painting. So when I'm doing this kind of work, the thing about it that is, let me see if I can move that camera down just a little bit more. When I'm doing this work, one of the most fun things about it is I get into a meditative sort of state once I these lines are definitely not that. Once I start inking, and that's sort of how I view my painted stuff. And it's a good thing to kind of do at the start of the day. I also do in the first part of the day, I do my layouts and I work on my story stuff. And the thing with Nosfero is I look at all these pages, and as these pages come together, the best part about it is that you see the story getting richer, and you see the artwork getting cooler because I get to know these characters. And in this case, I've got a character here that started out kind of more like a troublemaker, more like what his werewolf look would lead you to believe, and then turned out to be a really kind of soulful, decent character with a nice sort of savage edge and exterior. I think the kind of mentor figure that we need right now in a story, a character who is not a mentor because he's weak, but a character who's a mentor figure because he's strong. I don't mean to say that mentors are supposed to be weak by any stretch, but I think in modern work, you see that a lot. You see the parents as sort of feckless weaklings. You see, the authority figures as asking, kids for advice on how to do things. And I sort of feel as though that there is something to be said for the Pai Meis of this world, like in Kill Bill, and even the Yodas of this world who can lift a ship out of the water and whack you on top of the head. Those are the things that I think are kind of interesting for me when I'm telling stories. But I don't think I've seen an effective werewolf mentor before, so we'll see. Yeah, this werewolf, I think was it Ethan or was it somebody else? Gabe and I were talking about this last night. I can't recall. And we were talking about the idea that every page could be a poster in Cyberfrog. And I think with every page I'm doing right here, that's always been my goal. I want it to be a work of art that reads. It's a delicate balance, but it's actually, I shouldn't say it's a delicate balance. It's a very high target in terms of what I'm shooting for in this book, but it also is something that makes the experience so much better. You kind of commit these pages to memory when you're reading this book, and I'm happy if that happens. It's an important thing to give people something that is worth what they're paying for it. And my first two art books, I was happy with the production value and all that stuff. And hey, what's up, Hicksville? It's good to see you, my friend. Let me get you on there. What's up with the werewolf fetish? That includes me. Oh, I've got some thoughts on that. It's good to see you, Hicksville, and thank you, Jeremy. I do appreciate your support here, man. It means the world. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, here's the thing about werewolves. I loved the idea of werewolves from the time I was a kid. It was the first costume, or I should say, the first Halloween mask I ever got, which was a Dawn Post Wolfman mask when I was a kid. And I like werewolves because I think that they're the monster that most personifies the capacity for savagery. That they're not there to mess around. Like, it's a monster. When it comes out of you, you lose control to some degree, and it's that learning to, if you're Larry Talbot in the original Wolfman, it's the story that you're or the force that you have to learn how to confront that's inside of you, and at the same time that you have to learn how to reconcile it with yourself. And I think some of the things that I find interesting about great mentors and great teachers is they can offer you an understanding. Yeah, this is a gel pen. This is a Sakura Jelly Roll. I use Unipin liner pens, and I use gel pens, and I use gouache. So it allows me to get these kinds of really graceful lines. A lot of people don't know that you can draw on gouache. That makes it really, really fun to do. But you can draw on watercolor, so maybe it does make sense to some of you guys. But when I want those details, those really nice, I'm trying to imagine what this is going to look like when it's reduced. I think when this thing is shrunk down onto the page, it's going to be so crazy tight. It's going to be a really, it's going to be such a good looking book, guys. I mean, I know that's, nuts, but I love this kind of stuff. And I will tell you this though, that when it came time to draw werewolves, I love, the Werewolf of London. I love American Werewolf in London. I love, the original Wolfman film. But for me, the werewolf that I'm talking about is the kind of, more like the Howling, or not the Howling, sorry, more like American Werewolf. It's the four-legged hound from hell, except for this one can stand up a little bit every now and again. It's good to see you, Oz, great sage. How are you doing, my friend? And it's one of those things to where it's because my character has taken on much more of a Conan vibe as the story has evolved. The characters become, sometimes they take on a life of their own. I don't know how to explain that. His mentor could not be, something that wasn't savage. And I think that all mentors are kind of, they're kind of character modifiers, if you know what I mean. And they sort of show you what the character is trying to learn how to harness. And so this is the savagery of this character. And this is the mentor that helps him harness that savagery. Let's see. Leg Kick once says, Great Werewolf. Did you ever read or look at the book Stephen King's Cycle of the Werewolf? Yes, I have. It's Bernie Wrightson and art. You would love it. I don't own it, but I've looked at it and it makes me sad that I don't own it. So I'm going to have to work on that. Yeah, I love Bernie Wrightson. I know that artists can't live forever. I can appreciate that. But it is frustrating that when we lose the Giants, I just don't know what else to say. It's tough, it's tough stuff here. Let's see here. Dogs in all forms are straight up a blessing to the human race. I would agree with that completely. I mean, the human race made them. We took wolves and we domesticated them, and they are our, species wise, they are our oldest friends. And I think there's something beautiful about that, Lloyd Burton says, I agree with Lord Crackhead 33 that your werewolf is very extreme version that brings nightmares to vision. Thank you, man. I love werewolves, and they're coming for me, guys. Do you hear the police? Uh-oh. I can't be drawing werewolves at this hour, I think. But yeah, I love doing that kind of work, and it's so important. Like most werewolves are just scared of turning. Yeah, absolutely. And this is the interesting thing for me about this character that I'm really enjoying. All right, Aldous, have a great meeting, my friend. Take it easy. And yeah, thank you. And everybody back Nosfero. That's right. We're 2 away from 300 backers. So the next 2 people are going to be heroes to bringing us to that 300 number. I mean, try to imagine if that Frank Miller comic was titled 298. I just don't think it would have had the same ring as 300. Yeah, Wrightson recently has been a big influence on me. I love his stuff. Yeah, you will never go wrong with Bernie Wrightson. Just a great character. Just a great character. Let's see here. The police are coming to take a page. Yeah, they absolutely are, man. They absolutely are. I think the Boob Patrol is ready. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, it could be the Boob Patrol, Tommy. You never know. And, it is one of those things to where, this character, the thing that I like about this werewolf, and you guys really have some, you guys know where I'm at in terms of when we have these conversations, that this werewolf's fear that he's been struggling with is actually the fear of turning into his human form. Because in a lot of ways, his savagery has protected him from loss, from his suffering, and what Nosfero and taking care of this kid brings out of him is the sort of fragility that comes with being a human being and comes with being a father and comes with having an adoptive family and putting that stuff together. And no matter what you have been through in your life and how much experience you have, when you take on the role of mentorship or parenting on that level, it's not something that you can really prepare yourself for. And that's the thing that this character kind of comes into, what some might call, the springtime of his life through, his bond with the character, for his bond with Nosfero. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So let's see. Bernie caught my eye when I was just a little kid, and it's influenced my taste in art ever since. Yeah, there's some artists that are really great to have early in your experience. I didn't have Bernie Wrightson in my what's the word I'm looking for, in my vernacular maybe, or I hadn't been exposed to his work until I was in college. And once I was in college, I couldn't believe that this kind of artwork existed. I thought it was from because again I had missed out on a lot of the great artwork of the studio until I hit college. I couldn't believe this stuff wasn't incredibly old. I was like, this is from what, the 70s? This is from the 80s? How is this possible? Because I didn't know that artists were still doing things like that. And I think it's kind of funny and interesting to me when people, Lord Crackhead 33, I love it. Roach balls. I got you, brother. Bad Crow Comics, it's good to see you. Yeah, A Dog and His Boy. Absolutely. By the way, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life was A Boy and His Dog. I remember seeing that movie and going, this is the trippiest thing I've ever seen. The only thing that could have made it trippier was, the fact that I was watching on VHS. You need to make an ash can with your concept pages and add it to your book as added material. Yeah, it's yes, absolutely. I think that I am going to do that without a doubt. I'm looking at how I do the layouts for that. I think I'm going to take the best layout pages and put them together. The ones that are the most finished, obviously, and put them together in a book. And that's not to say they won't be somewhat sketchy, but that's going to be the next stage of the campaign. And the other thing I'm doing this week is I'm committed to it. Make sure if I forget to get on it, is I'm going to do, which I probably won't forget. But I'm going to be cutting a new trailer for Nosfero because there's so much more artwork and there's so much more stuff going on, Good to see you, my friend Rich. I hope you're having a great morning or afternoon, depending on where you're located, my friend. It is good to see you. Yeah, that's going to happen. You guys have demanded it, so it's going to happen. Most of the guys from the 90s had someone who they were able to emulate their style. No one copied Bernie. Yeah, people were probably so intimidated by that. I mean, it's crazy stuff. I love all the hellos in here, guys. It's so much fun to have you guys in here. Let's see what else we've got here. All right, look at this, guys. Is there a better chat? I don't know. Comicsgate chat is where it's at. Got to head out. All right, Prater 7, take care, and you have a good one, my friend. And oh my gosh, Backer 314, awesome. So yeah, I appreciate your support. Holy cow, guys! Oh my god, what are you guys doing? You guys are killing me here. We are at 300 backers. How is that possible? Get out of town. This suddenly turned into the 300 backer celebration stream. And we are $75 away from 20K. Sorry, I'm in shock. You're seeing a genuine look of shock on my face, guys, right now. This is our hero of the hour right here. I'm leaving you up on the stream here. 300. How is this possible? You guys get me, man. And I don't mean you guys understand me, although I do feel like that's there, but you guys totally, I don't even know what to say anymore about this stuff, guys. Wow. If you understood the conversation that Gabe and I had off air last night, you would grasp the significance of this happening, guys. It do what it do, KSS. It do what it do. Guys, seriously, I don't even know what to. Oh, geez, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm putting these on here. I know. It's in the name. Good stuff. You're absolutely right, guys. You guys are amazing. Oy vey. You people. Yeah, it's overwhelming, guys. I mean, it's thank you. Hail to you. Thank you so much for backing the book, guys. Every single one of you guys who's helped get it here. But all of my people who come in, I never ever anticipate this. Like ever. It shocks me every single time. And it's and happy birthday, KSSS. So important. And I just don't know what to say about it. You know, I mean, it's you guys are amazing. I just jeez. I don't know. I'm supposed to be trying to draw, and you guys absolutely crush me. And I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. And it is going to be great. I mean, I just when I made the leap over into Comicsgate, and as a someone making work as opposed to backing books, which is not something I'm ever going to stop doing. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. I understood full well, that I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing going forward because of how things work. Sean is emotionally broken now. Yeah, as I love to say, the one thing for me I always joke about is I do not like the way my feelings make me feel, but I am learning to process them, and you guys are a huge part of it. You guys are a huge part of it. Oh, thank you. Gosh, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. I love you guys. You're so awesome. And so it's I sit here and I kind of there's this thing of ours as we say, but even more importantly, I think it's a very strange thing to fall completely in love with an art form like comics, and to fall in love with art. And art is my oldest relationship. When I was a kid, and um things didn't make sense or things were tough, I would just sort of go and get out some computer drawing paper back in the day when it was all connected end to end with the little holes punched in the side. I would grab a ream of that, sort of lay it out on the floor, and just draw and paint and come up with things. It was sort of where I went to connect with the world as I see it, and to kind of figure out what this whole thing was about. And that was enough for me. If that's all art ever gave me, it would have been a lifesaver on its own. And to see how it has, enriched my life, and to have had, have done work and worked in the field as a concept artist and done all of this kind of stuff, and to have that love of teaching and things like that, and watch what happened to that field, and having to kind of realize it's either Comicsgate or the field I was in. It's either liberty and freedom, or it's kind of surrendering to ideology that I don't believe in. It was a tough choice, and you can't have both of those, because eventually the one will come for the other. So you have to kind of make the choice. And I knew once I know something is what I'm supposed to be doing and it's the right thing to do, it's almost impossible for me to not do it. And it's not an impulse thing. It's more of just, knowing what's right. And I said to myself when I went down this road with Comicsgate that I don't get to expect anything of it. I have to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and I have to just be true to have integrity and make the stuff. And when you guys do things like that, it is never ever lost on us, like ever. We just are, my wife and I just look at this, and she's just like, this world that you're in, this world of Comicsgate is amazing and crazy. And I said, yeah, it is. It really is a miracle in my life. And I thank you guys so much. I'm absolutely, I feel like I'm a boxer who walked into the ring and in the first 10 seconds got dropped. And I'm like, what just happened there? Like, is it like, I'm kind of, like picking myself up off the floor, trying to find my gum shield. I'm like, what is happening? So it's crazy, I love all of the happy birthdays in the chat for everybody. I'm becoming very suspicious, but happy birthday, Admiral Wackass, as well. It's great to see you. And you guys are awesome. I mean, you guys back. And so I've got to send this out. I'm sending this out to Good Stuff, to Lady Good Stuff. We love you. You're great. Thank you for all of your support. And I'm going to send this out. This one's for you here. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I honestly cannot believe, like, I'm going to be staring at that, all day, like with, shock and awe. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. I had so much fun the other night. My favorite night, one of my favorite nights in Comicsgate, I think was, there was the closeout stream for Dan Plagle's Goblin Girl. And then there was Michael Bancroft's stream for Tiger Blue. And I was so excited that night after his stream when I was streaming, and Michael brought Tiger Blue to 5K. He kicked it over 5K along with everybody else who backed that day. And it was so great. Hey, what's up, Good Stuff, Comic Skater? It's great to see you, my friend. Absolutely. Oh, you guys are awesome. Yeah, let me make sure I get everybody on here. Hang on a second. I want to make sure everybody gets on screen. It's important to me to have just as something to look at, even though I know you can sort of see the live, the live comments, but it just feels great to be able to show that, I love the love in the chat. Look at that. It's good stuff. Yeah, we got to, man. We got to. This is what we're about. And I was really excited to see how everybody kind of came out for that book. And I was very touched by the story of Matthew Fowler and the whole, saying, like, I've been doing Comicsgate for, I guess he's been doing Comicsgate for years and launching projects. And he was like, is this going to work? Should I do it? And I think it's sort of funny because it's a nerve-wracking thing, and it's so much work in the greatest sense of the word. I love having work. Work is very important to me. It's my big spiritual center. Yeah, you're gonna love this book. I promise you. It's going to be. Oh, that's so great. You guys are killing me. Come on now. I feel like I've got to start saying uncle. You know what I mean? Or I need a standing 8 count with all the kindness in the chat, guys. Seriously, my goodness, you guys are awesome. And I'm one of those people that I can really relate to that. I can really relate to, just using your perseverance and your commitment to get places. And on that stream, when we were talking about it, that's absolutely right. Right. You guys are getting me, man. Yeah. Phil telling that inside info made the launch even more special. Yeah. I mean, seriously, that was a beautiful, bit of people saying, hey, look at how great this is. It's finite. That's right. Well, that's so great. I appreciate that. Yeah. He was raised by the wolves. Literally. I may have to have his name be some play on Malin. That would be fun. Oh, thank you. How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless. Well, we were singing your praises the other night on Double Impact, but I played this video for the grind, for the work we do in Comicsgate. And I'm going to play it again because I love this video. So here you guys go. This is a great video for your morning and your afternoon.
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Yeah, see you at work is one of my favorite closing lines ever for this stuff. And I've got to send this out. I've got to send this out to Lady Good Stuff in the chat. And her Bo Good Stuff, Lord Good Stuff. And so this one's for you guys. This is what I see when I see you guys. I made this the other day, actually. So here you go.
I'll make it rain all day long. I'll make it rain all day long.
There you go, guys. That's for you. Let's see here. Yeah, I love that clip of Denzel. It's so great. It is. So let's see here. Our son performed in marching band this year to this speech set to music. Oh, wow. That is so great. It is one of the all-time great speeches. And whenever I am sitting down to work, whenever I'm thinking about, getting my head centered to do what we've got to do, I always, get connected to it. That guy looks like Ethan. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, there you go. Let me get some of these people on here. Let me see here. These art tiers going to be killer. Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely right. Anybody watch Raised by the Wolves? Oh, yeah, I've seen it. That show's nuts. That was pretty creepy. I remember the first episode I watched was so bizarre. That's awesome. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I love that. I sent that to my wife, and she showed it to her high school students because, she was like, this is something that I think kids need to see today. And Denzel is kind of a no-nonsense stuff. He had another quote in there where a quote I love that he says how important it is for him to be with his kids and spend time with his kids. And he never confuses making a living with having a life. And I think that's so true. It's so true. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Hey, it's good to see you and hail to you, my friend. Yeah, everybody's saying their hellos. That's how we do it here, guys. And I think that's what I love about what we're doing here is that we get to know each other, and you guys are really supportive of, all of the great books, all of the great creators that we've got going on here. But more importantly, that humanity. I mean, these are the kinds of times that we, is there ever a time, frankly, when you don't need people to be positive and to be hopeful? I don't know if cynicism has ever, paid the spiritual bills for me. But it's one of those things. Hey, what's up, Jose? Good to see you, my friend. I am so glad that Tiger Blue has been the smash that it has been. So well deserved. All of us are very, very happy for you and Maddie. It's good stuff to see, and we literally have good stuff in the chat. So we've got good stuff out in force in the chat. But it is really great to see. And I'm really happy for you guys. I cannot tell you how happy I am. We had a lot of fun talking about it on the stream. Hail, Scottsley. It is good to see you, Scottsley. And it's great to have you in the chat here. See here. Just popping in. Absolutely. And I will tell you this too. I know a lot of you guys are at work, so hopefully this will keep everybody company while they're at work, if they can listen to something. Yeah, look at everybody. The love for Jose. Yeah, it's absolutely great. KSS says, I missed the always use sunscreen graduation speech when I graduated. I was high school class of 96, but I imagine it holds up. Yeah, it absolutely does. There should be a remember your sunscreen. I have love for everyone in Comicsgate, even Cecil. And Cecil loves us all, regardless. Never forget. Yeah, everybody saying hello. Yeah. I mean, what a great launch that was the other day, too. I mean, Michael is just the king of launching campaigns. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic to see. But it's for those of you guys who are just now arriving. Some very good stuff happened, as we like to say in Comicsgate. The Good Stuff posse, Lady Good Stuff. Nosfero has hit 300 backers, which is such a major milestone for me as an artist, as a creator, as a backer of Comicsgate projects. To have watched that kind of thing happen, it is incredible. I mean, what a day. And I can't wait till I know that Gabe's actually probably up already, but I can't wait till Gabe sees that, because we were talking last night about, just doing the right thing, and just having faith in that, how do I word it? Having faith in doing the right thing and letting that be your sort of guiding light, and letting the rest kind of take care of itself. Work hard, know what your goals are, but put that stuff out there, and put good stuff out there in the world. Be kind to people and do things, and don't think about the rest of it. Work hard, be kind, tell people you've got something you're selling, do it, be clear in it, be strong in it, but also ask for their support with some humility. And I that's what I plan to do, guys. That's what I plan to keep doing. And you guys are just blowing my mind with this stuff. It's absolutely, yes, it did. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? It's so great to see that stuff. And thank you for the congratulations, by the way. I do appreciate that, everybody. It's great. And thank you. Thank you for everything. It's and I love seeing good stuff happen. See, now I've got good stuff on the brain, so it's all I'm gonna be saying now. It's it's one of those things where it's just, now that that's on my mind, it's true. Like, it's great to see good stuff happen to people who are kind and supportive and caring, and everybody in Comicsgate is, and who just work their tails off. I know every dollar you guys spend is something you've worked hard for, and that is overwhelming to me, and wonderful to see that support. I mean, like I said, I just was like, I'm going to do a chill, drawing stream, and had no idea you guys were going to do what you do so well. And I don't know why. I don't know why it surprises me. Nothing should surprise me at this point with Comicsgate. It's been amazing. It's been absolutely and overwhelming to us. And yeah, holy cow. I mean, it's a beautiful day outside right now. The sun's up. It's a little overcast, but the sun's breaking through, and the snow is thawing. And I was like, yeah, I got to stream. I gotta do a Comicsgate stream. And boy, you never know. You never know how it's going to go. Oh, awesome. Son of Liberty Radio. I'm so glad you can listen to it in the car. And John, it is good to see you. Yes, absolutely. Eric the Guapo, look at you guys pouring in here. What did I do to deserve this great turnout? You guys are awesome. Yeah, lunchtime at the Waffle House is absolutely right. Waffle Lodge, sorry. And I love doing that intro, man. The Waffle Lodge intro is so much fun, and it could be, technically it could be late night, because it's late night for Tommy, Yeah, that's right. You caught 2 live streams in a row, Julie. I'm mixing it up. And thank you for your support. Seriously, as always. Let's see here. Oz Great Sage. Everybody's saying hello. And Scottsley, look at all of you fine people in the chat. Look at all you fine people. Eric the Guapo, it is great to see you. And it's great to see all of you guys. Shadowhawk Backs, thank you, Sean, for bringing your art vision. Just amazing attitude to CG. Love it. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, because I think the biggest aspects for me of being able to persevere and do the things that we do is having faith that there are people out there who, when you do your work, it's not going to fall. And not even doing your artwork. Let's put that to one side. People who are positive, optimistic, and are all in on humanity, believe that we can be so much more than cynicism will allow for. And finding you guys has been a real validation of that it exists, and it's strengthened my faith, and it's strengthened my resolve. And I thank you guys for that. Absolutely do. Let me see what we have here. Yeah, there you go. Let's get those bows in the chat there. Love seeing it. Look at this, guys. This chat is just flying. Absolutely flying. Look at this. All the birthday wishes. Everybody's retaliatory birthday wishing. Sean, what editing software do you use when you make those videos? I use iMovie on a Mac, and I've just figured out. And then I also use Photoshop, by the way, too. Like, a lot of it's hand-painted frame-by-frame animation on some of the stuff. But for that one, I figured out how to use an overlay feature in iMovie that allowed me to kind of frame it and then color adjust it. So it's been really fun. At some point, I've really got to do a demo of how I make those videos. I'm putting that on the list of things because I really need to get Kelsey's intro for Comicsgate Kings done, because I love Kelsey's artwork. I'm a big fan of his, and he's a really good dude, and has provided so much amazing entertainment and support for comic skaters. And I cannot wait to get an intro for him, because it's just, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. And yeah, hail to Kelsey, wherever you are, Kelsey, and amazing color stuff. His color, I mean, let me just say this. We have the best colorists in the industry in CG. It really hit me the other day when I was looking at our roster of colorists. I thought, we've got some of the best people. I mean, these people are painters. They're painters who are working, in comics, and it's amazing. Yeah, I feel like my intro, although I will tell you this, Hogan the Bogan did a video that I could not stop laughing for Nosfero. And and he said it, he goes, and it was my favorite thing. I sent it to my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my mother-in-law, and they all laughed. He goes, "This dude looks like a cross between your sixth grade English teacher who moonlights as an Uber driver at night." And I died laughing. It was the best. It was so great, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, Dying Days of YouTube is great. Absolutely a gem of Comicsgate. And I died. My sister-in-law was cracking up, and it was too funny. And yeah, I mean, what it's a great thing to have people who are so supportive and who are so fun, in this, and hanging out and drawing comics. Yeah, Dying Days has a few videos out there now. One for Goblin Girl, yes, and one for Roach Balls. Absolutely, the Goblin Girl one was, I think, the first one I saw, and I loved that one. The Goblin Girl is a book I'm really looking forward to. I think that, Dan Plagle's work is really great. I love what Billy the Kid is doing on that book. And I think that, if we can get that, it's tough because I have to say Billy the Kid, because we have Billy Basco and we've got Billy the Teen Sensation. So I figure if Billy Tucci can be the teen sensation, then Billy Basco can be Billy the Kid. I think that makes sense. So there we go. So let's see here. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your Comicsgate project coming up here, Dan. I know it's hush hush and top secret, but your work is awesome. It's the cat's pajamas. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are cracking me up, man. Man. Yeah, those videos are great. And knowing how much goes into editing them, it was because when I edit videos, for Comicsgate or make videos, I should say, is even a better way of putting it. It's a ton of work. So to see that was probably one of the most amazing things about this week. I mean, gosh, how many amazing things can there be sometimes? And there was, it's like with every week, there's a lot of stuff that you have going on sometimes that you're like, I'm so tired. I need something positive. And I don't ever feel entitled to that, but my, heaven's never entitled to that. But boy, do you guys deliver. And it's grace, man. I think it really is grace. It's like an act of grace to get this stuff. And I look at that stuff and I think someone put so much time into it. As someone who, does so many videos, to see someone do that for me, it was the reciprocity of Comicsgate is amazing, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you, the Dying Days of YouTube. Everybody subscribe to that channel if you haven't yet, and if we got any mods here, if they could put the link in the chat, that would be great. Yeah, Dying Days is a wizard. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. We've got some really great video editors in CG, I have to say. There's a bunch of stuff. Someone asked me what percentage the other night, or how many of Ethan's intro videos do I do? And I was saying, I watch Ethan's intros sometimes, and sometimes I've got like maybe one in there, on the last couple of videos, because he's got a lot of great people doing intros. And I know he does some intros for himself as well. He loves it. We all love this stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of people doing those things, a lot of great video editors, and it's funny too. And I love that quote, because it is a really funny thing about it, John, is that when it comes to having the most effective impact that we can have in growing Comicsgate, it really is in our God, I gotta crack my shoulder. It really is in our kindness and our support of each other. People cannot withstand, cynical people cannot withstand that. My favorite part of the Dying Days video was when he said about Sean's streams being, you are Googling furiously to try to find everything Sean references. I feel like my brain is Google. I remember watching the HBO biopic on Temple Grandin, who my wife, as a present, my wife took me to go see Temple Grandin give a lecture. If you don't know her, Temple Grandin, PhD, was diagnosed with autism as a kid before they knew much about it, and was really brilliant. And she was talking about how when somebody says a word, she sees everything associated with that word, almost like Google Images. And that is exactly how I see things. My wife has got this meme or whatever, this thing going around talking about how some people think in sentences. And I heard that and I went, wow, I don't think I can think in sentences, but I really don't. I see a bombardment. It's like Google Images searches. When you people, say a reference to something, my brain tries to connect it. And once it does, it makes 30 other connections, That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Gotta love it. And yeah, the Mike Barron intro was a ton of fun. It was 18 months in the bush and I could snap your neck in a heartbeat. Yeah, I've been involving Ethan in a lot of those videos, Hey everyone, 26 watching, only 19 likes. There you go, guys. Yeah, hit that like button. Thank you so much, Shadowhawk Facts, for reminding me to say that. Yeah, don't gotta Google that one. Yeah, there you go. Yes, absolutely. Temple is amazing, and she was when she was giving that talk, it was really funny because she was going over the things that are that she believes are going to be economically viable in the future, and the things that she listed that were important, that will always be, a big deal for people to study. And she had a list that only a genius would put together. On that list, she said that she had welding next to creative writing or writing fiction, and all of these different things you would not necessarily connect, but when you look at them, you think, wow, that makes total sense. So she doesn't look at things from a narrow, through a narrow prism. Yeah, the Burbs was absolutely great. Yeah. Temple Grandin gives so much insight into the mind functions of autistic people. Such a great tool for anyone who is involved with the special needs population. Absolutely. So here's the story for you. And I can't do my stats as well. I do actually. I associate numbers with colors. I have that I forget what it's called, but I have that particular thing. And so I was going into a school they were having a career day, and they wanted to bring in an artist, a what they called a cartoonist for career day. And I came in and I started talking, and there was a kid in there, a young man with his aide who had autism. And he was, once I started my talk, he started angrily talking to his aide. Like, he was really upset. He was like, synesthesia. Thank you, Admiral Wackass. Yeah. And he was like, and then he got really loud. Then he started yelling, and then she had to whisk him out. And I was trying to not, make the kid, uncomfortable. So I didn't try to draw attention to it, obviously. But I was talking, and I said, I just kept going. And I was like, wow, afterwards I asked the teacher, I said, what happens? And she goes, oh, his aide had to take him out because he had gotten in his mind that the talk was not going to be about comics and cartooning, but he thought it was going to be about animation. And so when it didn't go how he thought it was supposed to go, it hit him really hard. He was upset, and it frustrated him. So I went back the next year to do it. And I went in there and I said, all right, let's, I'm going to give this talk. And then he came in again, and now he knew what it was. So he was totally fine, but he kept raising his hand and asking me questions every 5 seconds. And the thing for me is that I like to try to learn how to talk to people. It's the thing I loved about teaching. And the kid kept raising his hand, and he goes, do you read comics? Or do you read Uncle Scrooge comics? Or do you like Uncle Scrooge comics? And I said, yes, I do. And then he goes, I like Uncle Scrooge comics. And he just kept raising his hands, raising his hand and saying that. And every 5 seconds, like, and his aide was like looking at me and looking at him. What are we going to do? And because I think in a very weird way, the way I think, I said to him, I go, and I had the stats back then. I don't have them now. I said, I love Uncle Scrooge comics. The best Uncle Scrooge comics are drawn by Carl Barks. Carl Barks illustrated the Uncle Scrooge comics from this year to this year. He did this issue and this issue. And I just hit him with a ton of stats relating to the comic. But it was only stats. It wasn't emotion. It was just raw stats. And it was like he had just, like, his brain had just been calmed. And he was like, and he was sat there for the whole rest of the thing, just enraptured to everything else I was saying, because that was the way to communicate with him. And afterwards, he came up to me and he said, "Hi, my name is," and I totally am blanking on the kid's name, but I probably shouldn't say it anyway because he was he's older now, probably he's probably in his 30s for all I know. But he said, "Hi, my name is so and so," and he shook my hand, and his aide, like, totally teared up and goes, "I've been trying to get him to shake people's hands." Those are the people who do the real work, by the way. I've been trying to get this kid to shake somebody's hands and introduce himself forever. And this is huge that he was doing that. And it's just, you got to understand how to talk to people. You got to have, empathy and do your best. And yes, some people don't want to have good faith conversations. And that is not what, it's never going to be about communication in that case. It's not saying that, but it's when you see people who are just in need of someone to lend an ear, you'll never regret doing stuff like that. And it was a really great, my name is Slim Shady. That would have been pretty gangster if he had done that. It would have been pretty cool. Absolutely. Yes. On a threatening note. Yeah, it's true. Good stuff. People in the chat and on the panel like to hit me with hard to pronounce words or names because I can't pronounce anything. I always tell people that Shanth is one of the most brutal names to try to figure out how to pronounce from looking at it. And whenever somebody struggles with it, I always say, if it wasn't my name, I wouldn't know how to pronounce it. It's just it's because of the simplicity of it. It's the one vowel and the 6 letters. And people see NTH and they feel like they got to throw a vowel in there, or they pronounce it how it is spelled, which is Shanth. But it's pronouncing it as Shanth is, to me, is strange. It's, if it wasn't mine, I wouldn't know how to pronounce it. Can't say it any fairer than that. Let's see here. Let's see. Great. Let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, geez. All right, John. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm working on it, man. Let's see here. The case managers who work with developmentally impaired folks at my work are literally saints beyond the call of any job. Yeah. I meet people who, every now and again, and I'm trying to think of a really good example, but I've watched some amazing, YouTube videos of some people who work with young people. And every now and again, I'm struck by it. And I just sort of say, well, if even if we're grading on a curve, now that I've seen that person, I'm definitely going to hell. Just that person is so good. I have a friend from college who is one of those people who he just does a lot of missionary work and building houses for people, and he's an amazing person. Hey, what's up, Eric and Ape? Good to see you. It's and he's one of those people that I would trust him with my last dollar. He's just a great guy. People seem uncomfortable with how to say my name. I'm like, it's not my real name. Yeah, that's true. Well, my wife and some people in the chat have actually made me realize something, that when I go and order food or when I go out to a restaurant, I always, give the name Sean. And my wife goes, that's not your name. And I said, yeah, I know that. And she goes, but you could give them any name. You ever thought of just picking any name? Like, hey, this is Keith. And I thought, well, never thought of that. So now when I order food, I'm going to say, hi, this is Rob Arnold. When I place my orders, that's what I'm definitely going to do now. That's right. Mentioned your spelling. Yeah, absolutely. People coming out of the woodwork. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. People can hear it. That's right. Yeah, we need more ARO. Yeah, I will tell you this, guys. For those of you guys who have back at, I think there's one left at the watercolor tier. Um, if somebody were to say to me, like, I have the monsters that are on the list, but if I would absolutely be open to ARO as a substitute, for anybody who wants that, because I know a lot of people love the ARO stuff. What's up, Bad Crow Comics? It's good to see you. I tell people my name is Jeff, so I don't have to hear them mangle my real name. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There you go, guys. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Arrogant Ape. Lots of love. ARO does news on our Sunday show. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I learned about that character on my first Bancroft stream, and the next day I was working on it. He was showing my artwork and showing all of the gorilla stuff and the ape stuff that I've done, the primate work, and they said, you've got to paint ARO. And I was thinking, you know what? I want to give something back to the chat who was so supportive and so kind, and so I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's have it. I love stuff like that. I love that we have so many unofficial or official mascots. It's so great. ARO, my book will be out before Mo does anything with ARO. You never know. Things are wild that way. Hey, John, Goods, Admiral, Rich, Shadowhawk, and Eric. Yeah, everybody's saying hello. Arrogant Ape can sniff out a typo from 1,000 miles away. I tell you what, that's why we've got some amazing editors in Comicsgate as well. People like, Joe is amazing. Joe Albino Thunderbuns, God bless him. And then who else was I talking with? Who was Aldous, of course, talks about editing is a very important thing. So yeah, we've got people who really know how to get these books as sharp as they need to be. As a person's name is the most important word in their own vocabulary, I try really hard to pronounce their name correctly. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's with students, that's one of those things that gets tough, and because you have so many names. But it's right. I think it's really important to learn how to pronounce people's names, particularly when you're going to be working and collaborating with them and things for a while. But it's funny. I think it's easier to pronounce Gabe El Taib's last name for me than it is for me to pronounce. That's right. After 6 months of practice, for people to pronounce my name, it's really tough, because once you start questioning yourself on it, it gets very hard to remember which is the way to pronounce it. And so it's I have everyone who's ever tried to pronounce my name or had difficulty with it, you have my sincere respect. Absolutely. A person's name is the sweetest sound to their ears. Yeah, I will say this. My favorite, my daughter's name is Indian, because my wife said to me, I'm not going to marry a half Indian guy and not name at least one of our kids an Indian name. I named my son the name that was the most popular baby name of 2005, so he'd have a keychain, because you better believe Shanth never had a keychain. And so that was one of those things. But my daughter's name translates to beloved. And I will say my favorite word in the world that I love to hear is my wife's name, which is Lauren. I love that. Her name makes me really happy. To me, it's beautiful. It sounds like a little song when I think of it in my head. And she's great. Love her to bits. Been married now for, we're coming up on 22 years this August. So wild stuff, Wait, you guys are killing me. That's hilarious. Yeah, absolutely. I'm mostly on the lookout for spelling errors from Weathers and Mr. Good Stuff. That's awesome. That is right. It's too funny. You guys crack me up. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys are great. Yeah, Mrs. Good Stuff, hail to you. Absolutely. Yeah, when you can't find your name on a keychain, like people are. There was this story I heard about. I believe it was the Maasai, tribe in I think, where is it? In Kenya? I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. And they, they've have their own particular culture. And a guy came back and said, I've chosen, to visit them. And the guy who was there, who he had known previously, goes, I've chosen my name, like what my name is, I'm going to be called. And he goes, oh my gosh, really? He goes, it's really cool. It's exciting. No one has a name like it. And he goes, well, what's the name? And he goes, Kevin. And it's all just based on what you're used to and what you see. and what people find interesting, what people find exotic has to do with where they are. To me, names that I find really interesting and exotic might not be the ones that everybody finds, but I think of names like Charlotte. I think that's a really cool name. I think of whenever I see that as a name. I think of let me see. Gosh, what are some really good ones? I love the name Aiden Quinn. I love the name Liam. I think those are great names. So I love names from all over the world. I love Celtic names, things like that. I always think those are really beautiful too. The female lead in this story is named Laurel, and so that's great. And it's funny. Speaking of like things that make me crack up, is I'll be in the middle of the stream and I'll get a chat, thing, and it'll be somebody going, I need your help." It always cracks me up. Oh man, it's too funny. Oh wow, yeah, that's right. Arrogant Ape, much love. We love your skills. That's right. Let me see here. Lawless absolutely also has a beautiful song-like quality to it. No, it's no, but seriously though, that's a really good name. I love that sound, and there's certain sounds you don't hear, like gosh, what's a really? I'm trying to. Whenever I try to think of a really good name, maybe I should just go to artists' names, but it's yeah, there's certain names that just have a really interesting feel, and I always hang on to them for characters. Let me see here. Admiral's not your first. It is to us. It is to us. Oh yeah. Wow. Very nice. If only I could pronounce that. It would be such. My buddy Aiden gave me COVID, or I gave him COVID last Friday. Oh no. I hope you feel better, my friend. Oh yeah. So here's one for you. That's my son's name, actually, Admiral. And I remember saying to my wife was trying to figure out what we should name the kids, and his name we came up with first, and then we were trying to decide on an Indian name. And it was only on the way home from the hospital that I thought of what would have been a really cool idea for her name, which is Indian, and it means river, and it is Nadia. And I liked the idea because Nadia is Aiden backwards. So there's some free, interesting fraternal boy-girl twin name suggestions for you guys. Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah, Sonia is a good one. Yeah, I love names like that. Sonia is a really beautiful name. Actually, my buddy's wife's name is Sonia. But he's one of my groomsmen at my wedding, and she's from Singapore, actually, a lot like Shane Davis's wife. And her name is Sonia, and it's a great name. I could change my first name to President. Dress for the job you want, right? Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that is a great one too as well. Siobhan, yes, you're absolutely right. Oh, speaking of, what's really interesting? If you want to see something cool, they just did a documentary on Robert Shaw, the amazing actor from so many movies, British actor, but Jaws, gave the Indianapolis speech. And his children and his grandchildren all speak fluent Gaelic, and the interviews with them, they speak entirely in Gaelic, and that is an amazing language. And the names are beautiful from that culture. Yeah, I wanted to make a palindrome out of my kids' names, but I thought it would have been cool. I love palindromes. Like Dr. Awkward is one of my favorite palindromes. I just go, oh man, that's just too cool. But I also have to say I like the name Hannah for that reason too, because anybody who's got a little dyslexia loves the idea of names like Bob and Hannah. Those are safe names for us. So let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. Meaning formidable. Pronounced. Is it Cruahan? Is that it? Cruahan? I wonder if I'm pronouncing that right. Belgium and the Netherlands tend to have some really pretty female names. Yeah. And of course, Franco-Belgium comics and Hergé, Georges Remy from the creator of Tintin. I love the Belgium culture and everything that comes out of it art wise. There's some incredible comic stuff. Great legacy of comics there with Tintin. I would name my kid Doctor and save them the money. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. We definitely always works well. Oh, I said it. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, I love. There's a name. Eilish. I love that name. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Eilish, if I'm getting that right, I think is a beautiful, beautiful name. And it's I don't know why those names speak to me so much, but there's something beautiful about that region, and I just love it. I think it's beautiful stuff, you know. Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. You got to do that. Sometimes you gotta make it happen. You know, you got to make it happen, as they say. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love that culture, and I love the accent, and and I love the architecture. When I was trying to figure out, how to do certain designs for things, I'm always looking at things like, Celtic patterns, and I'm looking at. I also like, Norse names, Nordic names. I think are really uh, beautiful as well. But there's so many cool cultures around the world, and the great thing is that since we don't believe in all of that, we don't worship at the altar of the woke appropriation thing. It means it's possible for us to kind of show what we've always done really well as a culture, which is combining and mixing together a lot of different beautiful things, not to cancel each other out, but to make a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. And I think that for me is, the thing about when I'm telling stories. Hang on a second, the camera needs to get moved a little bit. There we go. That for me is what makes art so great, and it's what I'm a product of. I mean, I'm 1/4 Austrian, 1/4 Puerto Rican, and then half South Asian Indian. So I'm a Puerto Rican, and I love that. I love having all those different, qualities and all those different places. I was born in Houston, Texas, grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I just it's fun. I like having that kind of that background, of all these different things. And I always say when people talk to me about it, I go, "There's only one country that I think I could legitimately call home, and that's America, because that's our specialty, is bringing a lot of different, things together and making things that are amazing. That's why you get jazz. That's why you get comic books. That's why you get rock and roll from us. It's because we innovate, and we kind of set the pace for the rest of the world. And every now and again, we go through periods where we kind of lose a little bit of a sense of who we are, but then it's always up to, those of us who don't, to be reminders and show people. It's easy to sell this because this stuff sells itself, man. It really does. Yeah, another regions. That's right. There you go. Hail Bullet Ninja. Yes, absolutely. Now, does the werewolf have a bad attitude because he needs a dentist? It's interesting, and I love this stuff. I do have a fear of chimpanzees, that when they smile, they're not smiling; they're showing their teeth. And in this case, he's just trying to have a conversation. He can't help the fact that when he opens his mouth, it looks like he's going to swallow people whole. Although he is a little bit suspicious in this particular scene. I'll give him that. Yeah, American culture is the culture of fusion. Yeah, it's the culture of, oh my gosh, innovation and creativity. And, you could trace so many art forms to that great, merging of cultures. I mean, when you look at the Taj Mahal, a lot of people don't know, but that was the ancient sort of Hindustani culture colliding with Islamic culture. And then you got Mughal culture, and Mughal culture is responsible for all that gorgeous architecture like the Taj Mahal. And so they always say, they refer to it, I think, of a meeting of two oceans. Well, the United States is a meeting of, so many more, like oceans metaphorically, that it has created something that has spanned the world. I mean, without Disney and Karl Barks, and comics of that era, you wouldn't have manga. You wouldn't have Osamu Tezuka. That's why manga looks like and started looking like Disney. And that's what's so great. Yeah, a nation of immigrants and a nation of ideals. We're not an ethno state. We're a state of founded on principles, liberty being the foremost. And that's what's so great about it. And artistic freedom, it comes with that, and individual rights, property ownership, all of that kind of thing. Those things are unique to us. Some people seem to forget that America is about rebellion. Yeah, it is. And it's about, some people forget that, that we were, we were a colony and that we had these ideas. We held some certain truths to be self-evident. And those things that's a powerful way to start things, That's a powerful way to start off. Yeah, culture of freedom, shocking what's possible. You're absolutely right. And, when you think about Americans should take a lot of pride in what has sort of come out of Japanese culture. And and the same thing goes, I have to tell you, and I hope they don't fall to some of the elements that they're dealing with based on this amazing North Korean refugee who spent a lot of time in South Korea. But South Korea is killing it with their entertainment, with their pop culture right now. And they're taking a page out of Japan's book, which is to say taking a page out of America's book right now. And that is really cool to see. I was watching on Netflix the feudal Korean zombie series Kingdom, which is amazing. I love it. It's so good. Oh, nice. I am Irish and Portuguese that was raised in a black neighborhood in mostly Hispanic city. Lots of cultural mixing going on, and it is what makes America great. Yeah, actually, where I live, my boxing coach is Portuguese, and I cannot live without Portuguese sweetbread. Just know that. And it's a great the Portuguese people make up 50 to 60% of my wife's students. No word of a lie. So yeah, so that's something we know. And of course, Irish, I mean, that's like 80% of my boxers that I love and part of the things I love. So culture of freedom, yeah, shocking what's possible. Yes, thank you for dropping the link to Nosfero. I appreciate that, Jeremy. Always appreciate it. There's a lot of good from different cultures. Have it all here. Yeah, absolutely. I love Kingdom, my favorite Netflix series. Can't wait for season 3. I can't either. And that show continued to shock me with how cool it was. And there's so many things I'd love to say about that show, but they're not spoilers because, oh, I can't believe that character died. They're spoilers in terms of how their zombies work, where you go, oh no, that's the case. And it's just so great. Yeah, Kingdom is so good. Love that show. And yeah, and I, it's funny. My daughter loves manga, loves anime. She loves BTS. She loves, and I think Blackpink, which I think their band members are from all over the place. And you see the way that global culture is affected by American culture. And I think right now people are looking to see what we do, like what are we going to do? And I think Comicsgate is it. Is that series the one at the school? It looks pretty cool. Wanted to see it. Korea is killing it with these Netflix shows. This one is the one that it takes place all over the place, but it's basically just in feudal Korea, and it is an incredible show. It really is incredibly well done. It reminds me, funny enough, of the Chinese director Zhang Yimou and his work, House of Flying Daggers and Hero with Jet Li. Really great stuff. Really great stuff. Yeah, Kingdom is fantastic. Kingdom, yes. There's a new Korean zombie series called Yes, I just saw that today. Absolutely. Oh, if you guys want to see an amazing video. Hey, what's up, Teflon Ron? It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. Yeah, it's let's see here. Yes, hello. Like Kicker was saying, did you watch the Kingdom movie? Which one was that? I don't know which one that was. But I have not yet, and if it's not that series, I'll have to see it. She saves some for breakfast. Oh wow, that's right. There you go. Let's see here. Oh, I just DM'd you the trailer to the show. It's great. Oh, nice. Yeah, I will have to check that out. Yeah, I've got to check that out. That's very cool. Oh yes, DM'd it to Aragonape. Yeah, it's great. What's up, Phil? Yeah, I know. I'm streaming in the morning, my friend. How's everything in Chicago? I hope it's good. And what's the one that there's an artist that you guys may know whose name is Kim Jung-ji, and he is a how do I spell his? I am totally Jung-ji Kim is another way of looking at it, and he has a video where it does an ink drawing. If you want to see somebody who is a legitimate prodigy, just let me see if I can find the one. Yeah, here it is. It's just sick. Hang on a second here. Edit, copy. I don't know why I would show you guys this link, because it will show you how how much better this guy is, but it's so true. But there is a link right there. Bookmark that. That shows Kim Jung-gi illustrating a comic page of the kingdom, inspired by the kingdom, and it's incredible. Yeah, South Korea is crushing it, and I really want, guys, we have been the light of democracy and individual liberties and creative free expression, and it doesn't mean that sometimes we're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of security, like, say, a college teaching job, for example. Hey, what's up, Mortal V? It's good to see you, my friend. But it doesn't mean we're not going to have to sacrifice every now and again to make this stuff, happen, to keep this stuff going. And I do believe that, for me, that it's oh, gosh. Oh, okay. I'm definitely going to check that out. Leg kick one. Absolutely going to check that out. But it's one of those things to where we have a responsibility, even if it's not comfortable, it's not easy, to to put a flag in the ground and sort of say, no, this stuff is what we're about. Don't tell me what we're about. We're about this. We're about liberty and freedom, and we're not about all of these wretched things that people want to put on us, ascribe to us. And that goes for, not only does that go for America, that goes for Comicsgate too. If you like diversity, feel free to come to a Comicsgate stream sometime. That's where you're going to see it. You're going to see diversity of thought. You're going to see diversity of background. You're going to see all the diversity that matters. But you're not going to see people who don't have respect for everyone else's individual liberties. That's the one thing you're going to miss. You're not going to see groupthink in terms of style. You're not going to see things like that. You're going to see artists like Narwhal. You're going to see artists like Jose. You're going to see artists like Michael Bancroft. You're going to see writers like Phil. Phil Diaz. You're going to see writers like Rob Arnold. You're going to see Mark Poulton. You're going to see John Malin. You're going to see Kyle Ritter. You're going to see all of these different creators doing amazing stuff. And you're going to see Gabe El Taib. You're going to see, all of these people who come together, and you're going to see backers. You're going to see Leg Kick One. You're going to see Shadowhawk Backs. You're going to see Eric the Guapo. You're going to see Mortal V. You're going to see, again, Shadowhawk Backs. You're going to see Arrogant Ape. You're going to see Teflon Ron. You're going to see all of these people. John, of course. How can I miss John? Lord Crackhead 33, Jeremy. I mean, I just go down this list of people who support books. And yeah, Dale Keown, absolutely right, Teflon Ron. Everybody, do me a favor. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have backed a Comicsgate book this year. I should say in the last 365 days, but most of you guys, I know it's this year. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have. People should see that. People should see what the support is. I'm going to drop a 1 in the chat. That's what's happening. Ted Danson, absolutely right. That's what it's about. I'm dropping my 1 in the chat right there. That's it. Do people see that? That's what their people don't realize. I was going to say that's what they're afraid of, but to me, yeah, this back to yesterday, absolutely right. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? It's that people, I don't want to say that's what people are afraid of. That's what people don't understand. Yeah, you'll say one. There you go. That's right. And it's one of those things where it's like a CG book. I spent $700 this week on CG books. Absolutely right. We vote with our wallets, guys. All right, this one, I got to play this for CG. This has got to happen. Here you go, guys. This goes out to CG right now.
I'll make it rain all day long. I'll make it rain all day long.
That's for you guys. You guys are amazing. Yeah. And we're not, this isn't a vote, John. This is a 1s in the chat for all of us who have backed Comicsgate books in the last 365 days. And I know I could probably say in the last 365 hours with you guys. And I think that that's really important, because I want people to understand that, we're not just all the other stuff that we do when it comes to pop culture that we talk about it's all fine and good, but it doesn't mean anything if we're not making something new, if we're not backing the new projects and the new artwork, and if we're not having creators who are putting in all of the hours it takes to make it. And I love YouTube streaming because I get to be with you guys and we get to do this. But the centerpiece is the work of Comicsgate. It's making my own book. It's making those intro videos. It's making these streams, and it's supporting other creators who are, by talking about their stuff on the show, by dropping links in the chat to all of the great projects that are out there. And I know that Phil just crossed 30K. I know that Patrick Thomas Parnell just finished his first 30 days. I know that Tiger Blue just launched the other day. Guys, do me a solid. Mention some. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? It's enough is as good as a feast, as Mary Poppins would say, were she here. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And this is the thing though. If there's a name of a book, I know not everybody's a wrench in here. But if there's a name of a project that you're excited about, that you've backed, drop it in the chat. If there's a book, if you're not driving, by the way, or if you're not operating heavy machinery at work right now, focus on what you're doing. I need all of you guys all right. I don't need anybody to get hurt. But name a book. That NTM, hey, congratulations to NTM, by the way. Closed is, every time I hear that, I want to call him Anti-M, but I don't know why, but it is what it is. There's no place like home. NTM, there's no place like home. Two-Fisted Manly Tales. There you go. Vale Walker. There you go. The new Stone Omnibus, and that's by Wills. Is that by Wills? The Stone Omnibus? Let's see here. Yes, Tiger Blue is in the chat. Roach Balls. There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, very nice, guys. Yeah, good to have you here, by the way. Remember, the 3rd of February. It doesn't work as well. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, Hicks Villain. Yeah, I mean, guys, you guys are awesome. Nosfero, thank you very much, Phil. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Yeah, Wills is amazing and a really good dude. I've met him at conventions. Super humble, super skilled. There's what you see is what you get with Wills. And Brian Haberlin, too, was always a nice guy. I met him a few times and communicated with him a little bit, and he's a cool dude. Yeah, Lost Pages, too, is going to be so good. I absolutely believe it, guys. You know me. I'm trying to make sure that I'm always have some Lost Pages fan art going. I've always got a Phil character fan art piece in the works. And I definitely want to do a Crimstone piece. I think that would be a really fun one to do because I love my creatures. I love my monsters. Oh, yeah. Vaughn's Terror in the Trenches looks so great. I mean, I'm seeing a pattern here. We've got some outstanding artists, creators, writers in Comicsgate. I mean, this is the thing, guys. If you are just backing books, if you're looking to back comic books and support creators based on the simple and beautiful, shallow reason that they do artwork that inspires you and they do things that you go, my gosh, is that cool? Then every single one of those books that you guys are listing prove that point. Like I forgot to mention, I'm excited about Earthbound 1 and 2. I backed the book 1 and 2 part of that campaign, but I can't wait to get that. I think Narwhal's amazing. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Nosfero and Roach Balls are my 2 most anticipated books. Very, very cool. Yeah, Vaughn's book will be good. Yeah, absolutely. I saw one image and was hooked. Signed up immediately. Yeah, that's the same thing with me and what I saw with Tiger Blue and what I've seen from the Lost Pages. I just started looking at those characters, and it's one of the coolest ideas for an anthology book that I've seen. And I just think that Phil is sort of just a creative powerhouse and fountain with the stuff that he does. And he has a great eye for hiring talent. Most people do. Oh, The Replicator. Excited about Rob Arnold's book, The Replicator. The Lucent is available on CG Now for anybody. If anybody hasn't been to CG Now, it's got books there for sale that have already are already done. They're already printed, so you can order them direct from the creators. That's on CG Now. That's Michael Bancroft's site. And the Lucent is available there. The first printings, while they last, of the Lucent 1, I think, are there. And I'm looking forward to Painted Death, which Michael just announced is going to be a massive, I think, 90 pages. So, yeah, so cool. Waiting for Earthbound now. Absolutely cannot wait. I haven't read Narwhal's stuff. Going to get it all with Earthbound 2. Love his interactivity, essay, and writing streams. Yeah, he's a really interesting guy. Really cool creator. Hey, what's up, Devil Flyer, Rex Christian Momentum? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, you've got, there. Hail, brother. You get sleet and hail, brother. You get any over in Tennessee. Yeah, actually, well, I'm in Rhode Island now, but we got a huge snowstorm, and we've got that weather system is coming up to us, and we're feeling it. What's up, Power Up, J-Bot? It's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes, got a tracking number from Australia yesterday. I did too. I'm very excited. Yeah, I hope that I cannot wait to get the replicator, and I hope it gets here in good shape, which I'm sure it will. I'm just thinking about the postal service here. I'm not worried about it being packed up because I know that Rob Arnold's been putting a lot of care into it. And I was very excited to get my tracking number. Yeah, everybody's saying their hellos. A stream that's not 2 a.m. What the heck is going on? Well, believe it or not, I was up at 6, and then I woke up this morning and a couple 4 hours later, and I was like, let's get to work. Let's do this. How about giant size two-fisted manly tails? Yeah, I have to tell you this. I'm a big fan of Graham Nolan. I think he is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's an honorable guy is the best way I could put it. He's an honorable man, and he supports Comicsgate. He's obviously, and he is Comicsgate, but he's he's got a very steady moral compass, interestingly enough, Compass Comics. That was not planned. And what are you going to do? It just, sometimes these things come together, but he's got a very strong moral compass. And I think that it's great. It's great that he's doing that book, and I would recommend everybody, check it out. What is up, Mo Biggs? Yeah, I know. I broke my rule. It's a 2 p.m. stream as opposed to a 2 a.m. stream. I don't know what's going on with me, guys. And we're celebrating thanks to some amazing people in the chat that Nosfero has reached 300 backers and is $75. You guys are nuts. Wow. We just hit 20K. I am at a total loss, you guys. I am at a total loss for words. All right, I'll be back in a sec. I got to play this just because it's
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy, so keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
You guys are amazing. No words, you guys. That's just nuts. Just incredible. I'm just like, sure, yeah. This is just when you think things cannot get more insane and so incredible, this is what happens. You guys make this happen. Wow. Just bow. Bow is, I think you're absolutely right, more appropriate. You guys are incredible. I appreciate you guys so much. I honestly do not know what to say. I mean, it's just incredible. Thank you, my lady. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for your support today. It's been incredible. Have a wonderful day. Wonderful day. Yeah, look at you guys. I tell you what, I believe in you completely on that one, and I'm going to take that on faith. It's the grind, it's the commitment, it's how it is, you know. And Teflon Ron, that would be fantastic, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, Shane. I love that Shane thumbnail. Mortal V, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You guys are awesome, absolutely. Thank you, Power Up J-Bot. I appreciate it. So cool, so cool, you know, and such an amazing group of lunatics who love comics we are, and it's great. So, and I have to send this one, absolutely send this out to you guys here. It's you guys have earned 2 of these. You've got this goes for comics.
I'll make it rain all day long. I'll make it rain all day long.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everything you're doing, and it's incredible. We have hit 20K and crossed 300 backers. This is just an absolute, you know, Comicsgate, you know, only Comicsgate could make this possible. And only the support of this incredible group of people could make this possible. And I love it. And I love being here with you guys. And yeah, thank you, Phil. I appreciate it, brother. It is huge. It is huge. And it's huge. And it's so great, guys. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to wrap up the stream so I can call my wife and tell her, because she's going to be so excited. And everybody just share this out on Twitter. Tell everybody we crossed 20K on Nosfero. Everybody go online. Huge, says Phil. And let them know what we're doing here. And I'm going to have to post when I collect myself, I'm going to post a big thank you on Twitter to all of you guys who have backed this, and a big thank you here as well. And I don't do that. I have to, I wish I could, it would be great. But I think I'm just going to save it up for, you know, an ulcer or something like that. That's how I deal with my emotions. Or maybe I'll go, I don't know, go for a walk or something. I don't know. What do people do? I'll work harder. I'll go work and edit a video or something like that for Comicsgate. That seems like the best way to celebrate, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for making amazing things happen. And I got to close out with, at the very least, at the start, a thank you to the group that has always been there from the beginning. You guys know who you are, and this one's for you guys. Thank you, 20K, 300 backers. You guys are amazing. I have to tell you this: much love and peace.
Here's a little something for you busters. Yeah.
You're not even learning anything on the street.
Yeah.
You think I'm stupid, son?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say to you, boy?
Yeah.
Do you?
What's up with that?
Look at me, damn it!
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with
You
that?
smoke crack, don't you?
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
Look at me, boy!
Hey to
You
you,
smoke crack, don't you?
don't even smoke crack.
You know what that does to you? Huh? You smoke crack, don't you?
Smoke crack.
Go on and do it expeditiously.
What's up with that?
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Don't even smoke crack.
huh?
I'll make it rain all day long. I'll make it rain all day long.
I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.